Throughout Dragon Ball Super, Whis' ultimate goal is to help Goku and Vegeta unlock Ultra Instinct. While Vegeta goes down a different road that suits him better in the end, Goku sticks with Whis' intended plan for him throughout Super. This comes to head in his first fight against Jiren, where Goku breaks through the barricade and unlocks a transformation that made all the gods stand up in order to show respect to him. Today we ask what would have happened if Goku unlocked Ultra Instinct earlier. We plant the seeds of this from the very start, after Goku's fight with Beerus and Vegeta's initial request to go and train on Beerus' world. Goku, of course, eventually joins him on said training. After going through the God Realm and unlocking Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue, the two of them start to hear more about Ultra Instinct from Whis. Whis explains how the body will react on its own, without the mind needing to coordinate it. The mastery of self-movement, he calls it. After hearing about this, Goku would become invested. He would become obsessed. If Whis sees this as the ultimate goal for them, it's his final goal as well. And this goal needs to be achieved sooner rather than later. So he starts to train harder. He starts to put in more and more work, and it has yet to show results, but if Goku keeps up the work, Whis is sure that it won't be long before Goku finally unlocks it. Somewhere along this road, we get to the next arc, the resurrection of Frieza. After being revived by the remainder of his forces, Frieza immediately wants to go and take revenge against the Saiyans. However, he does recognize his need for more strength, and that strength will be a necessity if he means to defeat Goku and Vegeta. It bothers him to a great extent that he's nowhere near the level of these monkeys, but he is the Emperor, and he will regain his title as well as get stronger. Frieza's immense potential starts to show itself as he starts to train. Following the 4 months, he's grown to extreme lengths and even unlocked a new form. He and his forces are on their way to Earth as Jocko warns Bulma of the threat soon to befall them. Bulma quickly gathers all of the Z fighters and tries her best to contact Whis, but to no avail. He isn't reachable yet, which means that they're on their own. Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin, Tien, and Roshi all gather together by the mountains as they see Frieza's ship enter the orbit. Trying to contain the spread of the soldiers, they form a circle to stop them from escaping. Frieza laughs in amusement but sends his forces to do their work. Piccolo leads the charge with the Z fighters trying their best to take them all down. Thousands of soldiers surely have the numbers, but don't compare in strength. Using large key attacks like the Kamehameha and the Tri-Beam, the humans are able to take large chunks of Frieza's forces out. Piccolo and Gohan attack the higher-ups, with Gohan powering up into Super Saiyan 2, he starts to battle with Shisami. He lands a few powerful blows which the Red Brute tanks. He grabs hold of Gohan as to try and crush his bones in a bare grip, but Piccolo comes in with a kick to his face which stuns the soldier. Gohan launches a close-range Masenko, with Piccolo firing one from the other direction as they obliterate him together. Bulma continues to try and reach Whis, which she manages to do. As Gohan and Piccolo take down Tagma with some team effort, they all start to power up in order to allow Goku and Vegeta to use instant transmission to come to them. After some exchange and dialogue with mainly mocking going on from Frieza's side, Goku and Vegeta participate in a rock, paper, scissors match to decide who gets to fight Frieza. With Goku winning, he starts to take on the Emperor. For some reason, Goku is able to fight a final form Frieza in just his base form. It becomes apparent to the spectators that Goku has absorbed God Ki into his base form and doesn't need to transform to access it. This allows him to battle Frieza toe-to-toe, but soon the both of them realize that the other is holding back. They stop for a moment in order to transform, with Goku going into Super Saiyan Blue and Frieza his golden form. With another battle ahead of them, Frieza's higher battle power is clear to Goku, but what's more clear is Frieza's lack of mastery over his form. It seems that Frieza had gotten overconfident in his strength and didn't think to refine his power. That was a big mistake on his part. Goku quickly takes Frieza down and walks over to him, giving him one last chance to escape. It's then that Sorbet takes advantage of Goku's mercy and fires a blast which originally wounded Goku significantly, but this time for whatever reason Goku manages to dodge the attack. Vegeta fires a blast at Sorbet, and seeing Frieza's unwavering evil intentions, Goku takes him out as well. Vegeta is annoyed that he didn't get to fight, but he'll soon show what he's capable of. Beerus' brother paid a visit to him, and after a food competition, the two decide to hold a tournament following Goku's suggestion to do so. They need to gather 5 fighters, and the list of fighters gathered is no different than original: Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Buu, and Monaka. More importantly though, Goku and Vegeta would still participate in their 3 years long training in the Room of Spirit and Time in order to prepare. Everything changes with this training though. In the room, Goku doesn't focus on Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, but he instead prepares to use Ultra Instinct. He wholeheartedly believes that with the time they have and the threat they're about to face, there's no better time to unlock Ultra Instinct. Who knows what they're about to face, and it excites Goku, but he wants to be ready. He starts to push his body to its limits and then some, taking Vegeta up in power alongside himself. The two participate in brutal spars together, which leaves them wounded for days at a time. Goku eventually breaks through and shows a glimpse of Ultra Instinct when his eyes turn silver. over. Vegeta notices it and goes in for a strike against his fellow Saiyan, but Goku dodges. Vegeta launches a flurry of punches and kicks, all of which are thwarted by his new power. They've done it, thinks Goku, but it's then that Goku loses the form and goes into a state of shock and pain. He starts to scream as the godly power of Ultra Instinct posed to be too much for him to handle. A Senzu Bean is given to Goku, after which he meditates for days. He needs to prepare his body in order to use Ultra Instinct before actually using it, and that's exactly what he does. After their training ends, Goku and Vegeta leave the Room of Spirit and Time and head off to the tournament stage. Buu falls asleep, dropping their fighter count, and Goku just so narrowly passes the exam in order to compete as Universe 7's first fighter. But Tamo is defeated as per usual, and while Frost tries to trick Goku with the poison needle, his Ultra Instinct would click in, allowing him to dodge the attack. Without getting poisoned, he easily beats him and moves on to the next match. Magetta is defeated, following which Goku leaves Kaba with some helpful tips to unlock Super Saiyan on his own time because he simply can't be as ruthless as Vegeta is. He knocks the young Saiyan out, moving on to the final challenge. Hit. Not having analyzed Hit's movement against Vegeta, Goku takes a few strong hits before attempting to figure out how to counter the time skip. In the heat of the moment, he continues to take more and more blows as Hit wants to end the fight quick, but Goku's Ultra Instinct would kick in, helping him dodge various attacks extremely quickly, which shocks the assassin. Hit continues to try and use his time skip, but Goku's moving far ahead of him. Soon he's coated in a blue aura and lands multiple blows back at Hit. Brutal attacks that do immense damage. Hit sent flying out of the ring with a combo from Goku, which ends in a point-blank Kamehameha. Goku then has his little meet and greet with Zeno, and we move on to the next arc. In the future timeline, Trunks is attacked by Goku Black, a more vicious and far stronger version of him. Everything proceeds the same up until Goku's fight with Black. In this fight, Goku would show off a glimpse of Ultra Instinct and kick Black straight back into the wormhole he came from, back to the future. Once he's sent back, Black is struck with anger. Goku used the technique of the gods against him. He is a god. If a mere mortal can do it, so can he. Black would go on to train in preparation for their arrival, trying to access Ultra Instinct. He would first go over Super Saiyan Rose and proceed to further his power by trying to unlock Ultra Instinct. He mimics Goku's movement, and with the same potential he had originally, Black's power increase is exponential. The group eventually come to the future to confront him, and Vegeta steps up to take him on. Even though Vegeta is stronger, he isn't strong enough to make a difference in his fight. Black is able to defeat him after going Rose with a simple stab to his chest. Trunks watches over his father, as Goku had forgotten to bring the Senzu Beans, so there's no way to heal him. Goku himself steps up to challenge Black, powering up into Super Saiyan Blue. It soon becomes apparent to Goku that Black's Rosé form is superior to his blue form when his opposer starts to land multiple strikes on him, followed up by his own Kamehameha. It's then that Goku goes into Ultra Instinct, with Zamasu coming from behind to try and strike the Saiyan with his own Keyblade. Goku dodges and kicks him down, proceeding to charge towards Goku Black, who tries to block to save himself, but he's struck all around. Goku continues to wail down on him, continuing to dominate the fight. He knows to end it quick as Ultra Instinct takes a huge toll on his body, so with one more kick, Goku starts to charge a Kamehameha. Black stares the blast down, ready to take it head on, preparing his own blast to counter. But it doesn't look good. Goku is just far too strong. As the Kamehameha creeps up on Black, his energy flares and a glimpse of Ultra Instinct awakens inside him. He blows the Kamehameha back as Goku looks ahead in shock. With Vegeta down, Trunks taking on Zamasu with little luck, and Black having unlocked Ultra Instinct, things are looking grim for our heroes. Goku starts to fight back with the both of them utilizing Ultra Instinct. They trade blows and dodge accordingly, but overall it's a pretty close fight. What gives Goku the advantage is Black having far less experience with the form than he does. This proves to be a much bigger advantage than Goku initially thought, because as they fight, Black starts to lose the effects of Ultra Instinct. After receiving a few damaging blows from Goku, Black feels the full effect of not having trained the form and fully falls to its effects. This is when Goku decides they need to escape, as Trunks was struggling against an immortal Zamasu. They quickly grab Vegeta and make their escape, going back to the past. It's then that both Goku and Vegeta decide to take a trip to the time chamber once more. With Black now having Ultra Instinct, Goku decides to join Vegeta in training because the only way they're going to best their opposer is if he has a stronger hold over Ultra Instinct than Black. Goku informs Whis that he's going in, and with permission from Beerus, Whis actually joins them in the room as Goku needed help. With this day outside, Trunks learns the Mafuba from Piccolo, and with a year inside, Goku starts to train Ultra Instinct. Vegeta, on the other hand, also feels defeated. He does vigorous training to try and break through. The fear of falling further and further behind Goku has been there for a while, but now with him having Ultra Instinct, it's fully taken him over. This fear, coupled with previously losing, is what pushes Vegeta over the brink to unlocking Super Saiyan Blue Evolution while in the time chamber. Whis trains Goku not to master Ultra Instinct, but perfect the unperfected state. This would lead to Goku's eventual understanding of Ultra Instinct's sign. This power is basically what Goku has, but controlled and without much stamina drain. He's sure that Black will be defeated quite easily this time around. Once they come out, Goku heads out to meet with Zeno, where he receives the Zeno button. They make sure to take the Senzu Beans this time around, but Goku still manages to forget the seal from Roshi in order to seal Zamasu. Zamasu away. They all head to the future for one last battle as Trunks and Vegeta team on Zamasu, with Goku powering up into Ultra Instinct Sign in order to fight Goku Black, who reciprocates by powering up into his Ultra Instinct as well. He has some control over it, but as Goku predicted, not nearly enough to fight him. After a fierce battle and a great attempt at beating Goku, Black is seemingly bested by the former. Vegeta beats down Zamasu with the power of Super Saiyan Blue Evolution while Trunks prepares the Mafuba. Once it's used, the two realize that the seal had been forgotten. Black starts to laugh as Goku appears confused. Facing death with humor, he questions. Black proceeds to open a wormhole through the use of a scythe he conjured, from which multiple clones of himself, also in Ultra Instinct, appear. Goku is backed into a corner, but it's then that Vegeta and Trunks join him. They face the various clones as Zamasu appears, standing next to Black and proposing the fusion. The two go ahead with it as the clones vanish and a bigger problem appears for the Z fighters. Zamasu is able to quickly take down Vegeta and Trunks as they try their best to hold their own. Goku is a bigger problem as he's able to dodge most of the attacks thrown towards him. Zamasu activates his own Ultra Instinct, starting to attack Goku head on, which seems to be working. He continues to beat down on Goku, and in desperation, as Whis had expected, Goku breaks through to unlock his own perfected Ultra Instinct. Vegeta and Trunks give the rest of their energy to Goku in hopes that he'll pull through as their last hope. Goku and Zamasu go at it, with the two trading blows and attacks. While Zamasu is extremely powerful, he's nowhere near the perfected version of Ultra Instinct. But that doesn't mean Goku's winning. He's just barely keeping a Zamasu who is immortal and a fused being at the same time. In a last-ditch effort, Goku kicks Zamasu down and uses the Hakai as he had done in the manga. Unfortunately, this only results in Zamasu getting more powerful by joining with the universe itself. With no hopes of winning, Goku summons Zeno as he erases the timeline in entirety. Trunks is then sent back by Whis to a different timeline where he hopes to prevent any of what just occurred to happen again. We head into a period of peace, which is interrupted by Goku's need for excitement. He goes to visit Zeno to the dismay of Beerus, which leads to the creation of the Tournament of Power. I do firmly believe that the Tournament of Power would likely go the same for the majority, but the changes that happen are to major fights. Of course, Goku's first fight with Jiren would go severely different. It's not the first, it's the one and only fight the two engage in. With Goku already having control over Ultra Instinct, Jiren has no hope of matching him, even if he goes through the same trauma episode. It's just not gonna do anything. Vegeta would likely take out Toppo with far more ease, and Goku's able to unleash his wrath upon Kale and Caulifla, who even after fusing into Kefla don't pose any threat to him. A simple power up into Ultra Instinct results in a far easier fight for Goku. Overall, it's just a breeze for the Universe 7 team, which makes for a pretty boring Tournament of Power. With Frieza being on the team still, Broly would be brought to Earth later down the road as the events of that movie would still take place. It's during the gap from the Tournament of Power to the Broly movie that Vegeta starts to train with Beerus. It's much earlier than the Granola arc, but seeing the power that Goku holds, Vegeta starts to want more power for himself. He starts to talk to Beerus about his issue, and it's then that the God of Destruction mentions that the power of the gods isn't limited to Ultra Instinct. Beerus starts to train Vegeta, and by the time Frieza arrives on the planet with Broly, he started to understand what it is and start to tap into it. Broly and Vegeta would fight like they do, and Vegeta dominates the fight for the most part. Even in simply Super Saiyan, Vegeta appears to be destroying the opposing Saiyan brute. However, to his shock, Broly's power continuously increasing closes the gap, and when he powers up, Broly closes the gap again. After going through Super Saiyan God, Vegeta pushes Broly into his Ikari form, which is when Vegeta decides to go all out into Ultra Ego. He realizes that the power of his form and Broly as a whole is very similar. Ultra Ego will just continue to make him stronger as long as he can take the damage that Broly will inflict on him. But he knows that he needs to end the fight as quickly as he can so that Broly is able to get more powerful. And so he does. Vegeta powers up into Ultra Ego and starts to beat down on Broly. It's entirely one-sided and there's no hope of coming back for Broly. Vegeta knocks him out before Frieza gets a chance to call out the fact that he killed Paragus. Afterwards, Vegeta appears in front of Frieza and with a grim look on his face, blows the Emperor into pieces. He walks by Goku, who's shocked to see Vegeta like this, but he's happy to learn that he finally has competition. Now the question arises of what to do with Broly. Well, for starters, Chila and Lemmo are still around, and once Broly wakes up, he doesn't go back to Vampa. Instead, he just kicks it with Goku and Vegeta on Earth and Beerus' planet, training together. The Moro arc would also happen, but I don't feel the need to go in too much detail. The battle ends with their first encounter. While Moro could play the same cards by stealing Goku and Vegeta's energy until they're passed out and on the brink of death, the power gap is so severe, especially with them having Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego respectively, that it just wouldn't happen. Moro would be defeated, and after wishing to become the strongest in the universe, I can imagine that the Granola arc would also mostly go the same. The Heaters get involved, getting Goku and Vegeta on planet Cereal where Goku would fight Granola. Given that Granola wished to be the strongest, with this Goku and Vegeta in the universe, he would just become stronger than them. So it doesn't make this arc any different. Vegeta would eventually power up into Ultra Ego to fight Granola after Goku's loss, and a more perfected version of it puts up a good fight. Although the two of them are eventually pushed back into a corner by the Sniper. It's then that the Heaters summon the Cerealian Shenron and wish for gas to become the strongest. Goku, Vegeta, and Granola would work together to fight him like they did originally after they hear Bardock's message and Monaido Naruto story of him. Without Frieza to come in and one-tap gas, I think that their last-ditch effort would likely be a fusion. As Minato heals all of them, Goku and Vegeta perform the fusion dance, turning into Gogeta. We could potentially see an Ultra Ego in Instinct form, or maybe not, but one thing for sure is that gas is obliterated. The events of Dragon Ball Super Hero would basically stay the same, as there's no involvement from Goku or Vegeta. So with that, this story is concluded. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.